The next overshoot option that I'd like to talk about is the most technically demanding, but is by far the most powerful. If you are an accomplished Ganon player, then you probably already know about it. That's right, it's time to talk about Short Hop Fast Fall Perfect Waveland. Now, before getting into this section, I want to make one thing extremely clear. When I say perfect waveland, what I'm referring to is something that some people like to call a 0-degree waveland. What this terminology means is that the waveland is done with the stick held all the way to the left or the right. For this section, I'm going to be using the term perfect waveland as it came first and therefore is the ontologically correct terminology. Anyways, I digress. Let's start by addressing a bit about how this technique works. I imagine most of you Ganon players just accept the fact that you do some wavelands with the stick all the way to the side and you never really think about why. Well, now you're gonna learn. That is, if you'll allow me to go full panenkoic for a second. Perfect wavelands work due to a quirk of Ganondorf's ECB, which stands for Environmental Collision Box. The orange diamond which you currently see is Ganondorf's ECB. This is what the game uses to determine every character's interaction with the physical stage environment, and everything that comes along with that, such as teching, wall bounces, etc. The shape of the ECB is roughly stretched and interpolated to cover the same area-ish that your character is, in order to make the collision feel more authentic. What this means is that certain animations can wildly distort it. For example, Ganon's jab causes the diamond to extend in the same direction as his arm. However, let's look at a more extreme example now, and a more relevant one. During Ganon's double jump, he curls into this tiny ball, and you can see that reflected by the shape of his ECB. However, when Ganon air dodges, he instantly goes into an animation where he's standing upright. This causes his ECB to dramatically extend vertically in just a single frame. When you're above a platform, this causes his ECB to extend downwards into the platform below him, and when the game checks his position on the next frame, it sees that his ECB is intersecting with something which the game would consider a ground, and therefore it places Ganon into the grounded state. When this happens, the momentum of your air dodge is transferred into your grounded state, just as it would with a wave dash. Unlike a wave dash, however, you get far more speed. This is because when you angle your stick down for the air dodge, there is a component of your air dodge speed that must necessarily be pointing down and not contributing to your sideways velocity. When your stick is entirely horizontal, however, the horizontal component of your speed is maximized and you get a lot more of it. So now that we have seen the extreme example of how Ganon's ECB can contribute to making perfect wavelands occur, let's see it in action with a Short Hop Fast Fall Perfect Waveland. The same things hold true here. The issue, however, is that the ECB extension from the air dodge is nowhere near as dramatic. This is because Ganon is already standing upright while he's falling. Because of this, you only have a single frame to input your air dodge, which is the frame before Ganon lands. If you execute this technique properly, however, you will cause Ganon to shoot forwards or backwards the same distance that he would with a platform waveland, just on the ground instead.